A special eyewitness report from the devastated Libyan city Derna, where survivors wait desperately for news of the missing. At least 11,000 residents died when a wall of water swept entire neighbourhoods out to sea just over a week ago. 10,000 people are still unaccounted for, and emergency teams are continuing the slow work to recover bodies. ITV News filmed with some of the residents who have lost families, friends and neighbours. And there's growing anger that the dams which were supposed to protect them failed, and no one is accepting responsibility. A warning, there are distressing images and details from the very start of this report from our correspondent, Emma Murphy.
Death on this scale denies dignity, but they offer what they can. They don't know the names of the 4 men and 1 child in this bag, but they will wash them with care and take them for burial. A DNA test may one day allow those who mourn them to know where they lie. The map tells of hundreds of homes here. The census tells of a population of 100,000. How different the new Derna. Swathes of this city have now been destroyed. A quarter of the population are either missing or dead. This is the route the water took, in a channel 50 metres wide with waves 7 metres high. As it washed through, it took everything in its path. Homes, businesses, and so many lives. A week on, bodies remain trapped beneath buildings as broken as the lives of those who survived. They are trying to find them, but it's desperately slow work. In reality, this is no longer about rescue, but recovery. And even that is limited. The pressure on the rescue teams is immense. How difficult is this rescue operation?
A lot of dead bodies are buried under almost 3 meters of dirt. Some bodies are buried under almost a building. So it's really difficult to pull out people.
Just in this small space, they know that there are bodies underneath the car, some under that arch behind me. And the dog has just been searching here to my left and indicated that he thinks that there are bodies there as well. Close to what's left of his home, we met Abdullah Jaffa. His family are gone, so too his neighbours.
I lost my brother, his wife, my niece, my nephew, my other brother's son, my sister's son, my sister's daughter, and my other sister-in-law.
Nothing and no one here is unaffected. Everyone seems to be waiting, hoping for news of someone. It is the city where the missing outnumber the dead and overwhelm the living. Abdullah has no answer when 10-year-old Wateen asks if she will play with her cousins again. All 3 are missing along with their parents.
At 2:30, my auntie called my mom, and I could hear the little girl, my friend, crying. Then the building fell down, and then the connection went, and then we couldn't reach them, and that's it.
We have to stay. We should stay in Derna. When Derna was suffering from wars and ISIS, we didn't leave. Now, with all this destruction, we leave it? No, we will stay.
There is a growing anger here that the dams were unable to withstand the storm. In a country where public outrage risks consequence, grief is giving voice to rage.
We need a solution. Bring machines, bring equipment. We are using our hands with hammers and simple equipment. This is a disaster. Please bring equipment. More people. People are in need.
Hi.
As the bereaved carry the weight of loss, no one appears to be bearing the burden of responsibility.
We're here looking at the devastation. What is your feeling when you view this?
It's destiny, this Libyan minister tells me. As they bury their dead, few will be willing to accept that view. Destiny alone did not cause the dams to collapse, however much the authorities try to pretend it did.
Well, Emma is in eastern Libya for us this evening. And Emma, we get a sense of it there in your report of the devastation. But a week on, are we any closer to knowing the true scale of the disaster?
It's incredibly difficult for the authorities to work out the exact figures. You've had that UN report over the weekend that say more than 11,000 are dead, 10,000 missing. And having spent time on the ground there, I can see very clearly why it's such a problem. Because when that water came in, not only did it displace more than 30,000 people from a population of 100,000, it also took out all the infrastructure. It took out the electricity. It took out the communication system. There's no landline. There's very, very poor mobile connection. So trying to correlate the information is incredibly difficult. We visited the Red Cross over the past few days, and they're trying to put the list together. And basically what they were saying is that they know the names of the people who are missing. They don't know the identities of the people who have been confirmed dead. But what I would say from looking at the situation there is that it's unlikely that the figures that we're hearing, these dreadfully high figures, are going to be very far out. There is going to be a huge death toll from this tragedy.